Yeah, Close the doors, walk across the corridor. We got something to show you. Media is our repertoire. Fed up with the same news, no channel to use. Cruise control mentalities, here we offer you. We gon' show you a new way. The content it never strays from positive and uplifting. Once a week, the scope gifted with the presence of your eyes. What a distraction, beautiful to soul, especially in action. This year not ration, came in abundance. Films like in Sundance, tech like the pop art. Tachi Queen, you are Curtis a beast heart. You must carry, cause MCs they all vary and seldom do what they motivate. World full of hate, we serve the hope on a plate across different platforms. Let's hear a buffet, hydration like Boucher. Don't focus on a day, we always here for you. MediaScope when you emotionally broke. Settled in our knowledge and conversations, go make them yours. What we run is Olympic, now your hands on the torch. Take it easy like Sundays on the porch. MediaScope when you emotionally broke. Settle in our knowledge and conversations, go make them yours. What we run is Olympic, now your hands on the torch. Take it easy like Sundays on the porch. Now you award winning with no award tours. This culture meets the art. Podcast with the heart and essence of the growth. The power's in the people. Without you, we ain't equal. What we lack is ego. We're back now, so here we go. Run the show like Arsenio. Episodic, our rituals. Minds change through visual representation of our nation and its differences. Some explanation of our uniqueness and innocence. Mass media's intention is to desensitize. We raise the wise and knowledge is power. Without it, we turn coward and proud of a known product. Like we could take it with us. I wish the greats were still alive and here with us, but it is what it is. We're left here to share our gift, and that's precisely what we'll do with it. Shape shift and fluidly, we can pass this test and still in our unity, elevating through stress. Yes, MediaScope when you emotionally broke. Settle in our knowledge and conversations, go make them yours. What we run is Olympic, not your hands on the torch. Take it easy like Sundays on the porch. MediaScope when you emotionally broke.
I'm emotionally broke. What about you?
Yeah, that's good. I like that. Absolutely. Perfect timing.
This technology. This technology has me. So let me apologize ahead of time for any little glitches we have. But never mind that. What's up, everyone? Welcome to the livest media, tech, and pop culture party in the land. This is MediaScope, all things media, tech, and pop culture. This happens every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We actually do a pre-show at 5-ish on IG Live as well. So we would love to have you in both places. And my name is Tachi, media professor, filmmaker, media content producer, also a journalist. It's me, you wonderful people like Dr. Ross here, who's saying hello, and a one Curtis of the MC Curtises. Curtis, how are you?
Hey, what's going on? How you doing?
I told you, emotionally broke. This technology is getting me down.
Yeah, it can definitely be a beast.
Oh, he knew when he wrote that song, MediaScope, when you're emotionally broke.
Come and get cheered up. Huh?
Well, I'll be cheered up after a little bit. Absolutely. And I'm already cheered up because we've got Tawana and Jay here. Jay, what's going on all the way from the Pacific Northwest? We're so happy to have you. Dr. Tawana is in Chicago. You know, it's interesting. Do you find that it's interesting that you remember where all your viewers are from? Do you find
Absolutely.
that?
Absolutely.
Yeah, after a while, because you are family. You become like good friends and family. So I always remember where everyone's from. Maybe not exactly, but I know the vicinity of where you're from. So thank you so much for being here. And to everybody else who will be joining us and watching on the replay, thank you so much for being here. And guess who is here? The assistant queen of food truckery is actually here before the queen of food truckery. That would be a Terry Johnson. And she says, hello to the MediaScope family. MediaScope Massive. Everybody greet Terry Johnson online. Well, I hope you all are having a great week.
Terry's got
MC,
the,
what about you?
tamales. Terry's got the tamales in the in her back seat of a car.
Oh, the tamales in the back seat of the car?
Mhm.
Yeah, something about the health department doesn't like that sound. So
She's
you don't
coming
get
in
an A
strong.
rating by serving tamales from the back of you. Okay,
Fresh
MC.
tamales. Fresh tamales.
How are they fresh if they're in the back of the car?
Well, I mean, she just made them and just, she showed up before.
This is so illegal. The views expressed by MC Curtis are not the views of the MediaScope food truck or subsidiaries. She is
Hey.
not making tamales in the back of her, keep them in the back of her truck or van or
Hey,
car.
I don't know where you're from. That's some of the best eating I've ever had, though. Sometimes those hole in the wall restaurants. You ever had eating from those places?
Oh, I am not disagreeing with you. What I'm saying is that as an entity, we're not condoning that. On your own, eat at hole in walls all you like.
Right.
I do. There was, in fact, my my sister lives in the Bronx in Riverdale, and there is an empanada lady who makes the best empanadas ever.
Oh man, those are
We-
delicious.
We know she makes them at home, and she didn't make them in a commercial kitchen. We know you made them right in your kitchen from Barchester in the Bronx or wherever you live. You put them in that tin foil thing. You brought them in your cooler. We know, but we still eat them. They're delicious. Nobody gets sick. We know. It's about knowing where food comes from, right?
Right.
Because there have been less than stellar conditions in highfalutin restaurants, right? So
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So I don't know if that has anything to do with anything. So she is opening up the food truck. Go ahead and get your bacon wrapped shrimp and all sorts of other wonderful libations. And guess what? Jay is sharing dessert with us. He has got some ice cream cones. MC, I was waiting for the crunch, but it didn't happen.
No, I'm gonna be good today.
Somehow I don't believe you, but you know what? I'll allow it. All right, folks. So I hope everything is good. You know what? I'm not emotionally broke so much anymore because it looks like the stuff is a little bit cleared up, doesn't it? A little bit cleared up.
Yeah. Looks like our team's working on some stuff.
That team. The only reason we don't fire you is because we don't have another team. But stand by for the firing. Stand by for your pink slips. You can pick them up on your way out tonight.
Your Zoom link.
The Zoom link?
Yeah.
What is that for your exit interview?
Yeah. There was a couple of companies. Remember, not too long ago, a couple of companies had actually fired people over a Zoom call.
That is absolutely despicable. Absolutely despicable.
Yeah.
Excuse me. That is despicable.
It is, isn't it? It's pretty bad.
It is. Why would you fire someone over Zoom? I would be too apprehensive to do that. Because what happens is you come into the office and they're sitting in your chair in your office like, remember me? I'm like, hello, Clarice. No.
Right.
No, thank you. No, thank you. No, thank you. But yeah, I think that's actually cowardice. No way. That's terrible. Wow. Yeah. Look who's joined us. Jasmine Graham of the Jasmine Grahams of the Atlanta Grahams. Thank you so much for being here, Jasmine. Good to see you. You are just in time to get some ice cream and bacon wrapped shrimp. That may be the extent of what we have tonight, but go ahead and go ahead and grab some. We are here for you. All right. So before we get to, everything is good, MC.
Yeah, we had a no call, no show today.
Please explain. Who was the no call, no show?
First initial starts with an S.
You keep asking for it, MC. You keep asking
No,
for it,
I'm just
asking for it. I will just wait till. Okay, don't worry, MC. You keep asking for it.
well. You
Soon
know what?
yours is coming. What?
Last week when I was saying something, well, I mean, I was talking not the week before when I was talking good of her, about her. She got a hold of
When have
some
you ever?
information and
What
came on the show.
information?
So I'm wondering, how is she getting hold of information?
First of all, when have you ever spoke good of her? Second of all, what information?
Yeah, because she says yes. She came on and said, I heard you've been talking stuff about me, smack about me.
Oh yeah, well, come on now. All she has to do is watch the replay of this, and it's apparent. Well, stop trying to act like there's a mole or a leak. The leak is the replay, okay? And I'm not protecting you, sir. So Jasmine says, sending an all points bulletin for the MediaScope food truck. The MediaScope food truck was on IG, so she could just be filling up at Costco. We don't know. So let's just stand by. But we do have the assistant queen of food truckery who is here running it, and a wonderful job she does. And speaking of a wonderful job, let's get to doing the job of telling what's happening in media, tech, and pop culture. Could I have the intro for the media section, Maestro? Photo one, please. Now, you didn't think we were going to get away with not talking about Elon Musk, did you?
Of course not.
You do know what's happening, right?
I do. I think they're trying to force his hand. He's trying to say, nope, I don't want Twitter anymore. Is that
trying or are? Because they are suing him. They filed in a Delaware court.
Oh,
just yesterday. Yeah, they filed. Look, they said, in the words of Snoop Dogg, I'm living my best life. I'm not going back and forth with you.
Right.
So
Absolutely.
they said, I'm not finna go back and forth with you. We will just file in court and speak that way. And so Tuesday, after he said that he is going to terminate this $44 billion deal, remember, $54 per share.
Jeez.
And I was saying he did not add, because what he did is like, oh yeah, I could do fit, but then he did the math. Okay, 54.
Absolutely.
Divided by, I didn't know it was that much. He didn't bet on it.
What were they even trading at?
$54 a share.
No, I'm saying prior to him offering them, because that was his offer. So what was Twitter trading at the time?
Good question. I don't know what the floor price was for Twitter per share. I don't know. That would be good to find out, though. I could probably do a search to find out what it was the day before he offered. But you know what? I think there's a lot of fault here on his side. But you know, that's like putting your car on an ironing board and then getting mad when the ironing board collapses. You knew it was too heavy for the ironing board. Have you not watched Elon Musk's behavior before? It's kind of telltale. I don't know, but to me, it feels like they put all their eggs in one basket, but they have been wanting to be acquired for quite some time now. Don't you remember how we talked about Salesforce and Disney and some other companies putting their hat in the ring to acquire Twitter, and it just never went through?
Absolutely.
They need an identity Well, they have an identity. They're the news app, but that's not what they want to be. So what they did is they made all these things. They made deals with major league sports teams so that they can be the exclusive place to stream. So, for example, Thursday Night Football, they had that deal with the NFL at one point. Then they bought Vine. They closed it. That was stupid.
Yeah.
They ruined it. That was so stupid. They were TikTok before there was TikTok. Had they done that properly, they would have been TikTok. Do you know how many Vine stars there were? Which is why we always say, do not put all of your eggs in one social media basket, people. Because all those people that were Vine stars, they had to quickly pivot. That's their pivot. So they had to pivot to something else.
But at the same time, though,
go ahead.
At the same time, it's kind of amazing how that same technology or same concept years later would make a quick turn, and now it's TikTok.
Well, that's the thing. I have to say the same thing kind of happened with Nintendo. Excuse me. So if you remember, let's go back, way back. Once upon a time, in the age of home video games, you had Atari, Coleco.
Yeah, absolutely.
Commodore 64. You had a lot of these gaming consoles or gaming computers that were. What happened is, I guess the market, it felt like they lost interest. I remember very well. I was super little, but so ask me why I was watching like an NBC report on this, but I was, because this was interesting to me. So I was really little when I was watching this, and I still remember. And I remember them saying one by one, as all these companies pulled out of the video gaming market, Nintendo was waiting by silently.
Right.
They just did this, and then when they all did, bam, and then Nintendo became the hottest thing since Mario Brothers on Ice. If there was such a thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Didn't we talk about something on ice last week? We did. We did.
We did. We sure did.
We did. This week it's Mario Brothers on Ice. But yeah, so it's the same type of thing with Vine, right? And TikTok was Musical.ly. They saw an opportunity. Don't tell me they didn't look at Vine. They watch Vine. They saw the draw of short content. Vine, you only had 6 seconds. But do you know how many people were making full stories with 6 seconds? There were companies, I remember very well, Starbucks did a lot of brand partnership with these Vine influencers. They told the story in 6 seconds, and Twitter ruined it. So going on off of Twitter, they then bought Periscope, right? But we know, as OG Periscopers, once they stopped paying attention to things, and then it got impossible to come on, and we're like trying to write to tech support, and you never get anything back. That's how you know they're getting ready to pivot or be acquired. They got acquired, but then they sunsetted.
I wonder why they had this idea. They just want to try and just, rather than just tweak some things, and just sometimes some things don't need to be fixed, You can just acquire it and, tweak it, obviously, and to some level, but not get rid of it in the sense that that Twitter got rid of Vine.
If you don't know what to do with it, your first thing is like shut it all down.
Absolutely.
So Patricia Murray is here. Welcome, Pat Murray, and says, I'm sorry I'm late. Who has snacks? Oh, there's several snacks. There's lots of snacks. So go ahead and look who's here. One of my favorites, who has an amazing show herself with her podcast partner, her live stream partner on Monday nights. Is it called Brown Girls? Tell me the name of it. Make sure you check her out. She's amazing. Jasmine says this. She believes that Twitter was trading at $50 per share before the offer.
Interesting. Wow.
Yeah. But see, Elon's stupidity, I'm sorry to say that, but the stupidity was, you didn't have to become, he paid all that because he wanted to be the majority shareholder. You could just have been a shareholder, not been majority, and then you wouldn't be in this $44 billion debacle now. But there's some people that it's all or nothing. He strikes me as one of these people. So Patricia said Twitter stock did drop when Musk said he would buy, not by a lot, but the price did drop. Yes, it did. Some people were very excited about it. Some people were scared. I was indifferent because, to be honest, I kind of saw this coming. Again, Twitter. Don't be surprised when your ironing board breaks when you park a car on it, because you knew the ironing board was not strong enough to support.
Absolutely.
Look who's here. MC, I'll let you do the honors.
Hey, Serena. Welcome to the show.
No sound effects? That's it?
Well, I mean,
choose your words carefully, sir.
Yeah, we've already eaten.
Serena, this is not me. This is not me. Oh, and Sab says that no, it is Snoop. It's Snoop together with Snoop's song, and Little Duval is on it. So I guess it's a collab. But thank you, because I didn't know the guy's name, Little Duval. Let's see. Wow, and Patricia is just dude, we're all starving. What? Oh, wow. What? You pulled an MC Curtis with that one, Patricia. And again, I'm a filmmaker, so I actually picture these things happening. I'm picturing like the audience on the floor. Serena, I'll ask you not to worry. Don't worry. There's something that don't worry. That's all I have to say. Serena has put in, it's Taco Wednesday, folks. We never are here usually on Tuesdays, but it's Taco Wednesday. By the way, so grab some. Also, Serena has put in some hot dogs. Is that a piece of bread or is that a sandwich? Okay. Pieces of bread, which could be sandwiches, also some pizza and some hamburgers. Usually she puts some pita pockets and salads. Also some, anything you would like to wet your whistle, you may also have that as well. Just stop by the MediaScope food truck right here outside the door and come back in and sit down. Tawana says, I miss Periscope. It served its purpose. We had some good times. It was the best, worst of times. It was the best of times. A lot of people I met through Periscope. I actually met MC Curtis through Blab, so that doesn't count. But there are a lot of good people that I met through Periscope. But remember, our good friend Joe Wilson loves to say this: it is not the platform, it is the people. So if you form a community, they will follow you no matter where you go. Because as we have seen, these platforms are not loyal at all. We'll close tomorrow and you will be left holding a whole bunch of Vine sweatsuits that you were going to sell. But you can't sell them now because they closed. They shuttered. You're going to be left with Meerkat wallpaper. Look, people spent some serious dough on swag, like specialized,
absolutely
personalized swag from these platforms. And I looked at them like, why would you do that? And then you're left holding the bag. Don't do that unless it's your platform. Don't do that. Or unless you give it, I'm not saying don't do that. Don't base your entire show on one platform that could be gone tomorrow. And that's the truth, Ruth. Sab Jackson says he was running the brand with his antics. I was scared. Ruining the brand with his antics. It follows that Twitter would have had to have a good reputation anyway first for a brand to be ruined. They were already dealing with a problem with bots, trolls, bullying, not knowing exactly what their identity was. So they already had a lot of problems before Mr. Musk offered to buy them. And in fact, it was probably a sigh of relief. So that's why they're so mad
Right.
now. Hot as fish grease.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree with you.
Bubbling fish grease. They are hot as boiling fish grease. I don't mean to laugh because it's really not funny, because really this is a legal thing. That's why they can and they are suing him. Thank you, Sad. Brownversations. Great show. So check it out. Check it out. Patricia Murray apparently wants to go to the hospital because she says she will take a taco and a Mountain Dew. Oh, boy.
My mom lately has been drinking lots of Mountain Dew. I'm not sure what's up with that.
That's not good.
She's been buying that stuff like by the cases.
But look at the color. The color alone should tell you something is unnatural about that. It's neon.
Yeah, it is. I was about to say urine, but yeah, neon works too.
Rare form today, MC. Rare form.
No, I'm feeling like that too. I don't know where that came from.
I do. Jasmine Graham says that you gave such a lackluster welcome after all the smack you just talked.
See, so it's okay.
Oh, so those are supposed to be grilled cheese sandwiches? How do you know? Where's the cheese? Oh, speaking of cheese, no, we'll save that story for last. Serena says, I guess I'll let MC have a drink. He's off suspension this week. Are you sure?
Oh, thank you.
No, you don't. Are you sure you want to suspend his suspension? You might want to. Okay, before you take another sip. Oh, wait. MC was talking smack. No more drinks for you. Sip slowly on this drink, this last drink. But for everybody else, there is a special. It is a scorcher. Buy one icy, get one free. Maybe you call it water ice if you're from Philadelphia. Maybe it's a snowball if you are from New Orleans. Maybe it's shaved ice if you are from New York. Whatever you call it, we have it. Go ahead and grab one. Although I have to say, I have an affinity for the New Orleans snowballs, as I told you, because it's so finely shaved that it's almost creamy. It's wonderful. And it's just ice. You don't even need flavor on it. It's just, that would be really refreshing. It's nice. Anyway. Serena also has to let you know that the MediaScope food truck does not serve Mountain Dew or any neon drink products.
What about the what do they call those drinks? Those monster drinks. Oh. See,
sip real slow, MC. Real slow.
It's a little bit too late for that. My drink is gone.
Well, there's no more. So anyway, sorry, what were you going to say? What about what?
No, I was going to say, what about those energy drinks like the Monster and
awful, worse than Mountain Dew?
I've actually never had one of those. Have you tried one?
I have. They're not delicious to me. They are full of caffeine because that's what gives you the energy. But right. No, would you want? And like one energy drink has, what is it? The equivalent of like 3 cups of coffee worth of caffeine, something to that extent. It's too much. And there are some people who drink just that and not water. You'll see.
Yeah, I'm already high energy, so I don't need anything like that.
Yeah, those things are not the best for you. But anyway. Okay, well, I'm glad she rethought. She said she will have some piragua. What is piragua? It must be some kind of water drink because I see agua. All right. Well, could I have photo 2, please? The Roku channel. Guess what, folks? I talked about this on IG. It is nominations, Emmy nomination season. The nominations for the Emmys took place yesterday. Did you watch them? I know the answer is probably going to be no, but let me act like you may have. Did you watch MC?
I did not.
Don't feel bad. I did not either. I don't know what I was doing, but not watching that. So if anybody watched the Emmy nominations, let me know. Well, the Roku channel actually earned their first Emmy nominations for Zoe's Extraordinary Christmas and Immoral Compass. Interesting. They got their first 3. So I haven't watched any of these shows, so I can't attest to the funness or goodness of them because I don't know. To be honest, I never even really heard of these shows before. Now, I knew Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist, which was on NBC, but got canceled. So I think this was it was actually commissioned according to Deadline. It was commissioned. So Zoe's Extraordinary Christmas. So I guess it was a special. I'm wondering if we're going to see more, if they're going to just put playlist on Roku channel now, because they have become the go-to place for content that is canceled elsewhere. So Quibi, all of Quibi's shows that are still around are on Roku.
Now, a question: do you think that Roku or Netflix has anything has to be concerned with Roku?
The Roku channel or Roku
Yeah,
as a two different things. The Roku
right,
channel.
right. The Roku channel, correct?
I would say you need to watch your back for every platform. Every
Okay.
platform.
Okay, that's good.
People scoff at they said ha ha to Netflix. And then what happened?
Right,
And then
right.
Netflix said ha ha to all these other people, and look at Disney. I don't think you can ever sleep on any of these platforms. This
Mhm.
media game is anyone's game. It's anybody's game. And that's okay. I mean, people act like there's no room for everybody because they all try to annihilate each other, which is absolutely stupid because you need each other, to be honest. So, in any case, I think anybody is fair game to be overtaken. You cannot rest on your
Right.
laurels in the media game to answer that. So in any case, so Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist and Immoral Compass, which are both on the Roku channel, have been nominated for Emmys. Yay, good for you. Now, let's talk a little bit about awards. I think it's really nice to get awards, but that is not the only marker of a really good program. There are tons of programs that don't get nominated for Emmys or get nominated and don't win. That doesn't mean they're failed programs. That just means they don't meet the standard or criteria, or were not selected by the board that makes the decisions for that. Doesn't mean you're not a good show. Same thing with the Oscars. Doesn't mean you're not a good movie. And there are only certain places that you can qualify. Although the Emmys does accept digital content, hence why Roku is there. So anyway, the Roku channel reaches about 80 billion people in the US, and the parent company Roku had 61 million monthly active accounts as of March 31st, and they were only launched in 2017, the Roku channel.
Wow.
Yeah. Don't go to
Yeah.
sleep
See,
though.
yeah, I certainly see your point.
This is anybody's game because they see that there is money or moolah to be made off of it. But good for you, Roku channel. Congrats. And we will see whether or not, when is it going to be? Is it January? Award season starts in January. I don't remember when it happens, but congrats. Congrats. Don't say nonsense, MC. She'll be right back. Don't make her suspend you through next week. Yes, shaved ice is absolutely awesome. And guess what? We have one of our faves here, Susan Engels, on the tubing of the U of YouTube. Hey, Susan. And she loves the Roku channel. Okay, I'm going to have to, there's so much content, but I'm going to make, and I say this every week, and I never do it. So, but no, if I'm going to say this, I need to do it. This weekend, I am going to actually watch what is on the Roku channel. So that, I mean, I have a Roku. So I'm going to watch what's on the Roku channel and see what's there. I don't know that I have a desire to look at these things, but I don't know. Maybe I'll look at an episode or two. What about you, MC?
I typically don't. For me, it's been just Netflix, Disney. I like Disney,
You have the
and
Disney channel? You have Disney Plus?
I've been paying
I
for
am
it. Yeah,
so surprised. Wow.
yeah, yeah. It's actually been pretty good. I like I like some of the cartoons. You know, the what is
Like
it?
gummy bears.
The Pixar animation, or what is it? Incredibles
Okay, okay.
1 and 2. Yeah, stuff like that.
Curled up in your folding metal chair watching The Incredibles. I like that.
Absolutely, no other way.
Because the funny thing is, you know how there's some men that don't have furniture, so they'll have like a 95-inch TV that takes up the entire wall, but they'll have like a metal folding chair, and that's all they have to sit on. Not even a
Oh,
cushion, just a metal folding chair.
oh, like the BMW or the Tesla in front of your a small house, like a shanty town or something like that.
Equivalent, yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
That is equivalent. Thank you for your logic. We appreciate it. Could I have photo 3, please? Oh, Roku is celebrating, but Netflix is crying. To add insult to injury of all that has happened to them this year, they are down in nominations for the Emmy Awards. They just 2 years ago had 160 Emmy nominations. They are down to 105. I mean, to me, that's not a big deal, but to them, it probably is. So they actually used the power of being nominated for Emmy Awards to build their dominance in this space.
Mm,
But now they're in a little bit of a slump. But I mean, that's just, again, why not? Because it would be too much like right for stuff to be going right in that area. Why not just add to the woes they already have? So subscriber growth, revenue figures are down. And then now this is falling off too. So
so
2 years ago, they had 160. Last year, 129. This year, 105. Go ahead.
so do you think this is due to the I guess post pandemic? And I'm using that very very lightly, but in regards to just people returning back to work and just saying, you know what, I don't want to take on this added expense. The economy is kind of whack too. So it's a lot of.
I think there are a number of things, and you all can probably add into this. I think there are a number of things that are at play here. I think number one, if you recall, for the past 2 years, we've been in a pandemic. There have not been they've been releasing things, but not as much as they did pre-pandemic, right? Remember? So
Right.
there weren't as many programs probably for to be Emmy nominated, to be honest. So I think it could be a result of that. They didn't just come up on hard times all of a sudden. This has actually been happening for a while. So they probably have been
Okay.
also cutting back on things for a while. Also, if you look at the quality of what they have been producing, they've come up with some hits. What did we talk about? Was Bird Brain 2 years ago? It was pre-pandemic, right? Bird
I think
Bath,
so.
Bird
Yeah,
Breath.
I think so.
Yeah. So, um, but also we look at Queen's Gambit, which was during the pandemic. Um, was it? Yeah, Queen's Gambit was good. So they've had some great hits. They've had Stranger Things, Squid Game, lots of things that are great, but not as many bangers like they normally have. So I think it's a combination of a lot of different things.
Hmm.
Thanks for your question. Yes, Susan Engels mentions that Marvel is on Disney. Yeah, Disney owns Marvel and Star Wars.
Hmm.
And Susan Engel says that her husband loves Disney Plus. Your husband is a fan of content, I can tell. I can tell. Jasmine says this. The visual of MC in a folded metal chair is hilarious. It is. And to get fancy, Jasmine, he puts two together to make it like a folded metal chair couch. Maybe three, and then he lays out on it.
Like that Bernie Sanders image,
Yes, the with his mittens, and he's just like
Yeah.
that. With a 95-inch television. That to me makes no sense. I would rather have a 13-inch television with a Restoration Hardware cloud chair. You know about those chairs, those sofas? Do you know Restoration Hardware?
No, I never heard that before.
Okay, so for people that are into interior design or whatever, there are a couple of places that have really nice furniture. The high end of it, aside from custom, is Restoration Hardware. There, if you get the fully loaded cloud couch, it's supposed to be super comfortable. It comes in a bunch of different, hues. You don't say
Mhm.
colors for something that hues. If you get it fully loaded, it's $13,000.
Ooh, yeah.
There's
Wow.
no chair, in my opinion, worth that much. No couch. Like if you do the sectional.
Right.
So when you hear people say, "Oh yeah, I got my couch from Restoration Hardware," oh, good for you.
Yes. $13,000.
$13,000.
Wow.
I mean, again, if you get something, for the most part, it will be custom. You can pick out you better be able to pick it out for $13,000. Pick out your fabrics and that type of thing. So it's not really modular, but anyway. That I would rather have that Restoration Hardware and a 13-inch television. Because if I can't see the TV, then I can just go to sleep on the couch.
Then
you
you can
can't
just put
sleep
plastic.
on the folding chair. What?
You can just put plastic on your couch too.
You could put plastic on your couch.
Yeah, my mom.
That to me never made sense. It doesn't make sense. These things are for living.
Yeah.
It's for living. But this was before the age of Scotch guarding, where if you spilled something, that's okay. It'll come up. There's some people who just took the plastic off of their couches last year.
Found and see the fabric is now faded.
It's now faded, exactly. It's clean as anything, but it's faded. What I was mad at is that the plastic was custom made to fit.
Yes,
that's what I was mad at.
absolutely.
But we didn't do that. We didn't have plastic on our furniture. That's
Yeah,
super uncomfortable.
Yeah, my mom did.
Sab Jackson says Restoration Hardware has a restaurant in Dallas. Also, they're also pulling in stuff in terms of food too. Oh, well, good for you. Is the restaurant in the store? Let me know, because that would make sense. And Patricia Murray says, I used to love Restoration Hardware. And guess who is saying, wow, Gary Lanham is here. What's up, Gary? Gary, I'm sure you know about Restoration Hardware. Like, I have one thing from Restoration Hardware. That's because it was a gift. It's an alabaster vase. I'm sure that's all this person could afford out of Restoration Hardware.
You mean it was a gift?
Because that would be me too. Huh?
You mean it was a gift to you?
Yeah, somebody. It was a gift when when I lived up in DC. Somebody gave me a gift of the it's a really pretty alabaster vase. It's made in Egypt, but it's it's a vase. That's it, and it's from Restoration Hardware. Because I came in a box. I said Restoration Hardware. Well,
yeah, I'd never heard of that place before.
Yeah, Gary, exactly. He says Restoration Hardware is big money.
Wow, okay.
Absolutely. And Jasmine Graham blames IG for having me want to go to one of the Restoration Hardware restaurants. I wonder, let me know in the chat, for those of you who know Restoration Hardware, the restaurants, is it pricey? Have you been? And is the food as good as the price? Maybe that's all. Maybe I'd only be able to afford to go to the Restoration Hardware restaurant since I can't buy the cloud chair.
Well, that's interesting in itself because businesses as a whole, or chefs, they can like write on their name, start a restaurant, and then
Excuse me.
for the fact that you're using their name, is it to imply that the food is good, or because this place sells expensive furniture, is to imply that the food is good as well?
That's called halo effect.
Oh, is that what that's? Okay.
Yeah, where you're describing halo effect, where the assumption is because somebody is an expert in one thing, that they're also an
Right.
expert in something else.
Okay.
This is why, if you remember back in the day, Michael Jordan, he was an expert in basketball, but they
Right.
also had him endorse BVDs, the underwear. And
Hmm.
that's because there's the halo effect makes us think that because he's an expert in basketball, he also knows that the stitching is superior on these briefs.
Right. Right. Right.
I don't know why we think
Right.
that, but we do. We do. And this is why celebrity endorsements work.
Mm.
Also because we want to use what celebrities use. But Gary says that the restoration hardware restaurants are amazing. Oh, well, Gary, that's awesome. When we get off, I'm going to go online and look at the menu for the restoration hardware restaurants and see, because I'm guessing we probably have one here. We have everything here. So,
And by
okay.
the
So
way,
she said, what happened?
I said, by the way, Gary is a big time real estate agent in South Florida. So
Yes, he is. He is.
he's big time. I mean, really big time.
He is big time. He's awesome. So
Yeah. So
if you're in South Florida and you are looking for real, this is him. This is the person you want on your side. He is responsible for all of this, for this wonderful room. So you definitely want Gary on your team. 5 on your side. So Sabrina says, oh, sorry. Yes, the restaurant is upstairs. It's called RH. Oh, they're so fancy they can just use initials.
right.
RH. Susan says, my aunt kept the plastic on her couch and even on her car seats.
Jeez.
But I can't fault people for doing this. I know that when you work hard, because look, these people were proud of their showrooms with this 1965 furniture. They were proud. They worked hard to get these things, and so they wanted to preserve them. You know what I'm saying? So I do understand where that comes from. But furniture is to why if that's the case, why even sit on furniture and try it out when you're buying it? Because it doesn't matter if you're only doing it for the look. Looks are important, but it also, again, that's why that restoration hardware sofa is so, I mean, you sink into it. It's pretty deep too. Yeah. You know what? Maybe I'll just, for kicks, this weekend go to a restoration hardware and say, I'd like to see the cloud sofa and just sit on it. And I'll sit there for 10 minutes and wait for them to say, can we help you with anything? No, I'm still determining whether or not I want this. And then when they come back around, run out of the store. But, Gary says you have to speak French to eat there. Très expensive. Wow. But, oh, wait. Delicious food once in a lifetime. Okay, so that means this is pretty pricey. Yeah, I'm going to look at the menu. Those plastic covers on furniture are part of the Black family culture. Well, yeah, because you're trying to keep it really is. It really is. But no, not just Black family culture. Everybody back in the day had plastic on their furniture. We didn't, though. We didn't. Anyway, but I do see where it comes from. I do know where it comes from. So I am with you, but it is 2022. Please remove the plastic furniture or the plastic covering from your furniture. Please.
And my mom had that crushed velvet orange furniture with the plastic on it.
I bet she did.
And
and you all were not to sit in there either, were you?
That's right. Company.
So that was for company.
No company.
It got the brand name sodas like the Coke and Sprites and stuff. Yeah. And you all got the Shasta, and you had to sit in
Absolutely.
Or the one from you grew up in Chicago, so I don't know what stores they had, but you got the store brand soda.
Absolutely.
So yeah, these are for grown folk. The Coke, that's
No,
not for
right.
you. Put it back. This is for the adults.
Yeah.
Although I have to say, like our parents didn't do that because there's no differentiation. Okay, let's just take African culture. You eat what is made. Well, that's whatever. But you eat adult food. So kids menu it doesn't really exist in the rest of the world because it was only American kids who were like, I want chicken. If you don't eat this these steak tips, I will sit down and eat it. So you eat what is made, right? It's only really
Absolutely.
here, and it's a marketing thing. It's a marketing ploy if you think about it. The fact that it's like, oh, okay, we could get the whole family in if we make it family friendly and say, oh, we have kids menu. Look, I ate grown food when I was little and I was fine. And the rest of the world, they eat grown food. In many households here, it's like, oh, you'll eat what is prepared. There's no alternative.
Yeah. Or buying one large plate, and 3 kids and 4 kids, and everybody's eating the same thing. You give me one large plate.
Oh no, but a lot of cultures do that. I think like
Yes.
a community, a lot of
Mhm.
cultures do that. We
Right.
do that. If you go to an Ethiopian restaurant, that's the way it's served. I mean, before the pandemic, anyway. But family side, it's really awesome. So anyway, let's keep going. Could I have? Where are we? We're on photo. This is 3. Could I have photo 4, please? It looks like we're actually going to be done somewhat on time. Well, let's talk a little bit about YouTube, folks. YouTube has done it. YouTube TV, I should say. They have surpassed 5 million subscribers. That's pretty good. In this age of streamers, in this age of different live TV options, what do we have? We have Sling, we have Philo, we have YouTube TV, we have Hulu TV. Hulu has a live TV. So those are
Mhm.
the 4 that I can remember, and there are probably others. I know there. What's the one that shut down? I don't remember. But anyway, so that's pretty good that you've got 5 million subscribers. So this pushes them ahead of Hulu Plus Live TV.
Hmm.
Google announced this just yesterday, and that includes paid subscribers and those that are trialing the services. So don't worry, they'll cancel before the end of the trial.
I know, right?
Dude, you can't count these people, I'm telling you. But they're counting both of them. But they didn't disclose how many of these are the non-paid trial members. Wouldn't it be terrible if it's everybody? If like
You know,
2 million are like in a free trial.
and come to find out, they actually didn't have anything to actually report. It was just
Exactly. Exactly. You had the power to go home all along, Dorothy. Anyway, YouTube's base plan is $65 per month, which means plus
jeez.
taxes you're paying. That's a lot. You're probably paying
Yes.
close to $80 once you add everything together. That's cable price, if you ask me.
Yes.
So Google slash Alphabet doesn't usually disclose quarterly subscriber metrics for their live TV, but they said in October of 2020 that YouTube TV had amassed 3 million. So now at this point, they've got 5 million subscribers. Well, good for you. I want you to win. But again, this is anybody's game. So I'm wondering what the other live TV streamers are going to do to keep up with the Joneses at this point. We'll see. So, in case you are wondering and maybe want to take it on, YouTube has more than 100 channels, unlimited cloud DVR, and in May, they launched Spanish plan options. So, good for you, for those of you who habla español. All right. So, good for you, YouTube TV. We'll see if you still have this same spot of 5 million after everybody cancels their free trial. Not that I'm wishing for it, but I just know folks. I know people. Could we have, oh no, this is 5, right?
This is 4.
No. The next one is 5.
Yeah, next one. Correct. Correct.
Yes, thank you. So if I could have photo 5, please. Guess what today is? Today is Prime Day. It started yesterday. Oh, don't be sad, MC. Don't be sad. I already see your mouth in a beak. Don't be beaky.
I know, right?
Don't have the stern beak. Because we both talked about before how disappointed we had been. Oh, and Serena Wills had talked about that too, the disappointment with what was offered. I have been looking, and you guys know that I am an Amazon influencer, so I'm debating. I'll see how I feel after this. I may go live on Amazon and do a Prime Day special. I prepared as if I'm going to do it, but I'll see how I feel after this. But today is Prime Day, but today is also the 13th. So you know what that makes today? Prime Day the 13th. Aha.
Okay.
So today, instead of Friday the 13th, you've got Prime Day the 13th. So today is Prime Day the 13th. And I may be going live if you are on. It's Dr. Tachi still on Amazon. So I may go live after this, just doing a little bit of something. We'll talk kind of like what I did with the Be More. We'll talk a little bit about that and talk about some things you can use. I gave some products, but I'll give some like specific examples from Amazon of what you can use. So we may do that. Just look out for me. I'll let you know.
Real quick. So for this Amazon Prime Day, do they have anything really worth, because
it's much better. It's much better than it was. I did see, for those of you that are coffee people, they did have like the Nespresso coffee machine on sale. Mm-hmm. They also had the it's another Instant Pot has a coffee machine that allows you to use, but it allows you to use the Nespresso pods plus it comes with one that you can fill yourself. So it will take different things. So it may be worth it. And the Instant Pot one was like, I think like $100, which is inexpensive, cheaper than it normally is. So there are some, they've redeemed themselves. There are some better deals this time. I told them you have to be more if you want us to shop on Prime Day. And I think they have listened, because I was like, last time I was like, how many USB hubs am I? There was nothing. Nothing but USB hubs. I was livid. But now they did have some. I did look in the production department. They did have some things, some tripods, etc., that were part of the Prime Day deals. So it's gotten a lot better. Absolutely. So will you be partaking in Prime Day, MC?
Not this time. I'll have to pass.
Okay. Well, even if not, you can come and watch me talk about some of the cool Prime Day the 13th. Let's see.
What time are you looking at going on?
What happened?
What time are you looking at going on?
I'll see how I feel.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll be off of here in a few minutes, so maybe by 8:45. If you don't see me, that means I decided not to. But if you do see me, that means I did.
Okay.
So it's also voice dependent. After like 2 hours of talking, to add another hour. But I'm like, it's Prime Day, unless I do a post Prime Day thing. But then stuff won't be on sale. So maybe I'll do something really like a brief live.
Okay.
We'll see. Just look out for it. So have you guys talked? Sab Jackson asked, the NFL started a streaming app, leaving DirecTV after 30 years. Yes, we did talk about that about 2 weeks ago, that they are starting a streaming app. Absolutely. Yeah, it's but it's to the nature of streaming in general. Everybody is taking back all their stuff. It's like, you know what? We have enough content that we could really start our own app, our own channel. It would be very niche because really only people that are into, and because it would be like NFL stats, there would be some other content that would be on there. They would probably enlist some of the players to do some content.
Absolutely.
It would be very, very NFL and football centered. So if you're a diehard fan, yes, this is something that would definitely work. But that's why, again, this is anybody's game. You don't sleep on your laurels. The NFL, of all people, who would have expected them to swoop in and start their own channel? Nobody.
And also to the tune of having their own shows as well. So they've got a something similar to the ESPN kind of setup there.
Exactly. Shows produced outside of something like an ESPN or a Sunday football recap show, something produced by them. But it makes sense. That's a perfect media partnership. In fact, I'm a communication professor, right? I have always had students that were athletes. I've always had student athletes. Why? Because student athletes often will major in communication because they want to be able to talk about the sport on television, maybe after they play, if they're not planning on playing, that they want to go into sports journalism. So a lot of them are, may major in sports journalism because of that. So here we go. Look who has hopped in. Carlos Phoenix hopped on because he wanted to say hi. And we love you too, Carlos. We haven't seen you in a month of Sundays. It's so good to see you. So good to see you. Yay. All right. So today is Prime Day the 13th. Check it out. There are all sorts of things. And you know what? The thing is, what's making it more, this is the thing that I wanted to say. They are really leaning on influencers for this. They just started. I don't know that it's been 2 years yet that they've started doing the live streaming, that they've been doing the live streaming. So before they didn't have that option, but now they are enlisting people, not just regular people like myself, but also you've got like Portia Williams is on there. Tracy Ellis Ross is on there. They have a lot of celebrities that are doing live streams as well to push these products. I can't say I'm upset with them. Good for you. So Prime Day, here's the thing. They turned to influencer marketing to do this because like you, we were all like, yay, more USB hubs. Yay, another vacuum cleaner. There was nothing really. So they're trying to really reinvigorate and put new life. If you've seen, they have Prime Day is all over the place. So good for you. So look for me. I might be there. Let's keep going. Could I have, this should be photo 6. Let's talk a little bit. Speaking of NFL, since we're talking about NFL, Condoleezza Rice, yes, that Condoleezza Rice, has joined Melody Hobson. And if you don't know Melody Hobson, she is just a super media person, but she also happens to be the wife to George Lucas. She is the second Black woman added to the Denver Broncos ownership group. Remember that the Denver Broncos ownership was on the was for sale, and Byron Allen put his hat into the ring. There were a lot of different people. Yeah, okay. So she's added to the Broncos deal. So she's joined the Walton Penner ownership group as a minority owner, led by Walmart. So Walmart is buying the Denver Broncos, right?
Interesting.
Walmart, not just for cheap gear anymore.
Right.
That should be their slogan. So again, we've got Melody Hobson and Condoleezza Rice. Good for you. But as usual, you know I don't care about football, so whatever. All right. Could I have photo? What is this? Did I say 6? Is this 7?
Yeah, this will be 7. Yes, correct.
This will be 7. Let me have photo 7, please. Well, you see who it is. Could I have photo 8, please? I mean, photo 7A. This This is the Donda, which is a car made out of foam. That is a concept car that Kanye West has come up with. Will this actually become a car? We don't know, because he is famous for starting things and then deciding he doesn't want to do it anymore. Elon Musk, who said that? Anyway. So we don't know, but this is something that was that they spotted, and this was spotted actually on Instagram. And yeah, so this is a concept car made out of foam. It would be called Donda, obviously after his mother. But we don't know that this is actually going to happen. So it looks to be like the same foam that his Adidas sneakers are made out of, to be honest.
Yeah, I would have to. Yeah, that's interesting.
It is. But I can say that it seems like you would bounce.
Absolutely. Bounce all over the road, too.
Exactly. Mm-mm. So I'm not surprised, because it looks like he's trying to expand his empire. And there was something else that I read in terms of him also expanding into possible retail stores. So there could possibly be, I forgot what it would be called. It was Yeezy something retail stores. So that could be possibly coming, but it looks like he's trying to expand his portfolio. I can't really be mad at him. It's okay. Could I have, let's have the intro for the pop culture segment, please. Okay. So, MC, tell the people how you feel about cheese.
Cheese. No
Yes.
cheese. No cheese.
No cheese. Why?
Like
you don't like cheese at all?
I mean, I'll eat pizza. It's kind of weird. I'll eat pizza, but I couldn't like to have cheese. Like some people like cheese in your eggs, cheese in different foods. That's a no-go for me. It's usually just pizza. And yeah, that's about it.
What about cream cheese?
No.
Is that worse than other types of cheese?
Yeah. Well, I'm so much worse, but because to be honest, I actually used to eat cream cheese in like Ritz crackers or something like that, and I don't like it. So it's just.
Well, then this is a story for you. Philadelphia cream cheese has opened up a sensory restaurant with your feelings at the center. It's called Feel-Adelphia. Feel-Adelphia. And their tagline is a restaurant where you don't order food, you order feelings. Now, it's a pop-up restaurant, and starting tomorrow through the 16th or 17th, you can order. Well, it's really going by your feelings. Okay. So it's they say it's a multi-sensory concept dining that has you ordering based on your feelings and not on your craving. Well, do you have a lot of choice? Because all they serve is cheese, but so all the dishes are based on cheese. No, you don't want to.
No. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Well, it is for a good cause. It is a pop-up. It's in New York City. It is for a good cause. It is going to charity. I don't know which charities, but I thought about you as soon as I saw this. I said, oh, this is right up MC's alley. For $35, you can get a whole experience with all cheese dishes. They've got like a whole bunch. Go ahead.
So you're placing an order on your feelings.
Yes.
I feel like the cream cheese and the meat plate or meat tray or something like that.
That's why you don't own the restaurant, because cream cheese and meat plate sounds despicable.
I don't know what to eat cream cheese.
That's right. You don't eat cheese, but that just doesn't. I'm even picturing it. It doesn't even sound appetizing.
Yeah.
Mm. So they've got all sorts of things. Obviously, they've got, I think they said something like 35 different cream cheese spreads that are like kind of infused. They've got home baked like crackers. And so you get like some cream cheese spread on a cracker with like beluga caviar and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Mm.
But it's $35. So that's really cheap for this type of experience. So if you like cheese, maybe this is for you. If you're like MC Curtis, maybe this is for you. I don't know.
Yeah. That's a no for me.
Okay. Well, that's okay. We'll get off of cheese. And I couldn't wait to tell you guys that this is right up your alley. Okay, one more story. The rest I will put in my my stories and in my feed on social media. Let's go with the last one, please. Could I have photo last? And as you're doing that, let's take some comments from the room. Jasmine Graves says, so is it all just cream cheese based dishes? It's all cheese based dishes. So cream cheese is one thing, but Philadelphia is Kraft. So Kraft also has some other cheese products, but I think the
like
basis
Velveeta.
is cream cheese. Velveeta is an abomination. Can you even
But
call
I mean,
that cheese?
well, no, but does Kraft make Velveeta? I'm not sure.
I don't know.
Hmm.
I don't think so. We talked about this before because remember there was a Velveeta something, and we asked whether or not, and I don't think that Kraft makes Velveeta. I think,
Hmm.
or maybe they do. Somebody look it up. Jasmine Graham says to the Donda car, a foam car that melts in the rain, probably, but you've already paid for it, so that's all that matters. Patricia Murray says, I could see the NFL directly contracting with musical acts for their halftime shows. It could be like a regular thing and can draw more people. Absolutely. Dr. Tawana says, MC Curtis is grossed out, just like you said. I told you, I told them on that you were not going to like this idea of a cheese restaurant on IG. And my suspicions were correct. Susan Engel says American cheese, huh?
I said, I wonder whose idea is that? Serena's idea, so I wouldn't have to eat.
I wish Serena was here to see your reaction, because that would be penance for your terrible treatment of her today. This is exactly what you get, MC. So Susan Engel says that American cheese is one molecule away from plastic. Yeah, I am not surprised. That's it. Okay. I did talk about this. The Velveeta scented nails.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The Velveeta scented nails. That's what it was. To which I was like, why would you want to voluntarily smell like cheese? That's awful.
I know, right?
So let's talk about this. Is our last story. This is actually something very cool. This is, well, I don't know if it's cool. It may be cool for some, but not for others. This is actually a hotel room. That's right, with glass. It is a glass hotel room with see-through walls, obviously, and it's free. But would you sleep in it? MC, would you?
Yeah, that's going to be a no for me.
No, why not?
I don't know. I just, just like to sleep in peace. I don't want some stranger looking. I don't know.
You know what? Years ago, there was an exhibit in, I don't remember, it was the Whitney Museum or whatever, or if it was MoMA, but there was an exhibit where there was a performance artist, and she basically lived in this kind of like set that was kind of like a box. And so you would watch her do like, eat breakfast and all. That was the exhibit, basically.
Interesting. Yeah.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
So it is free. This is the Paradiso Hotel in Ibiza, Spain. It is fully see-through and strategically located in the lobby. Not only is it see-through, it's in the lobby.
See.
And so it's a 4-star establishment and opened along with Zero Suite in 2018. But there was a viral TikTok video that renewed the internet's interest in this, and it amassed 11.9 million views. So again, you get a free night of sleeping in it, but you have to agree to have your picture taken and all of that. And you sign a release agreeing to be photographed and granting the hotel to use the photos.
So
let me know.
So where's the toilet?
Not in there.
Oh, okay.
The toilet obviously is private, probably down the hall, but the room itself is open. I feel like, if you're trying to do work in there, I would feel like people are looking.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same way, or just, taking a nap or something like that. Maybe someone speaking a spell over you while you're trying to sleep or something.
Not a spell. What is this sorcery? Anyway, Serena has last call. Buy one, get one half off, except for you, MC. Nothing for you.
You know what?
You did it. You were the one that was talking mess, MC. So you've made your own clear bed. Now lie in it. All right, folks, that is it. Thank you so much for being here. It is, Jasmine said she'd probably do it if she was in her 20s. And the person who did it is in her 20s. So makes sense.
Interesting.
Not I, though. But thank you all so much for being here. This has been so much fun. Thanks for hanging in. Sorry we started a little late. Again, the technology was messing with us. But any last words, MC?
No, great show. Great show.
Well, thank you. Great show for you as well. Love you for watching. Bid you adieu. You guys, myself, and this clear hotel room and the cheese restaurant. How about we all exit stage left? Until next week, cheers.
Yeah, Close the doors, walk across the corridor. We got something to show you. Media is our repertoire.